Hey everybody, Joe with Bumbling Acres here. Hope you all are doing well and having a good day. It's Wednesday, July 1st. I think it's Wednesday. 2020, and on the Bumbling Acres homestead today, we've been fairly busy doing lots of little projects. As you all know, if you've kept track, I started a new job last week. I started my apprenticeship working for carpentry, my carpentry apprenticeship in the company that hired me last week. Let go of about 6 people at the beginning of this week. So I am back home working on the homestead, waiting for another construction job to come up. So today has been a chance to get back and do work on the homestead. So tasks that I took on today, one of them was putting some straw down into where the hogs have been. We have 5 lanes we've run the hogs through, and I should have done this earlier. But I finally did break down the first, second, and part of the third lane. Was putting down just some pretty much crappy straw we've got, just to kind of help with ground cover. We've gotten a lot of rain recently, so it'll help with a little bit of the erosion, and also just to hope some of that dead grass seed will germinate, because this is a part of our yard that before we were here had not been raked or mowed or anything in a very, very long time. So there was very little grass actually growing under this tree growth area. So I'm hoping with the pigs rotating through the dead, putting down the thing, straw will help with seed growth. So hopefully I'll have some more grass growing back there. And it's crappy, straw I can't really use for much else. So this is a better purpose than nothing. One of the projects I've been working on was I made brood boxes for my hens. We have one hen mother whose chicks have hatched. There she is with one of the chicks riding her back. And then we had 2 other hens that did go broody. My original intent was to have this kind of serve as the broody box, just a large scale broody hen facility. But when I put 2 broody moms in there, one just ran the other off, and neither of them actually sat on any eggs. So my solution was to make small brood boxes. They're enclosed, so the birds, a broody hen doesn't move. It pretty much sits on its eggs all day. So I had to give an area where they can come out. They've got some space to eat something natural. We'll put a water dish in there. But these are my small little wooden brood boxes. We have 2 hens that are in there. One sitting on 5 eggs after an egg was broke moving it, and another hen is sitting on, I think, a dozen eggs after another case of where one was broken in transit. So that's kind of my solution for our broody hens, is to have separate facilities for each broody hen. Actually saw this being done on a kind of a crappy chicken documentary where somebody was telling lies about this special chicken that they had raised, and they had put this hen that was getting abused in the yard, and they had put it in its own box, and it was laying eggs, and the eggs all started hatching. And I was like, well, you still have to have a rooster interacting with the hen. And but I kind of stole their idea and made a brood box. So you can buy them at Rural King, Tractor Supply, wherever, but I would rather make my own. They may not be the most impressive looking things on this planet, but they serve purpose. There's Pretty Smooth Belle. She has an issue. We've got these biting flies, so you'll notice she's got a little pink on her nose. We used to try to treat the biting flies issue. Another place where I put straw down today. There's a goose getting honky. Where I put straw down is the area where our meat birds had been. We have 2 areas that have meat birds in them. This was where the larger amount of meat birds was. And I didn't get a chance to really rotate the area like I wanted to, like I will next year. So they pretty much just destroyed this whole area. They cleared it out in a way that's pretty impressive. So I put straw down there. Same general purpose and reason I put straw down there. These Cornish crosses we'll be butchering this weekend, actually, with a friend. And the geese will stay in this enclosure, and we have 2 other egg laying chicks in there and some guinea hens. We'll move those to the main flock this weekend, and I put in a little kiddie pool for the geese to kind of help with their, because they're going to still be in here, and they need to have access to water. So, projects that we're always working on here is water collection. That's important to me, and we've had to use city water to water animals before this last week of rain. It had been dry for a while. So I've been able to fill up. I've got tote stations set up throughout my property that I have hooked up to water hoses that I can set up water. The last thing you want to do is really be hauling water. It's 8 pounds a gallon, and one of these tanks is roughly 300 gallons, so 2,000 pounds of water. Not something I can deadlift, even close at all. So, you know, the number one say, if you want to actually practice permaculture and rotation, which you can't, you have to find a way to station the water somewhere, collect it where it's at, and utilize it at its source. One of the things I'll be updating in the future, for example, on my brood boxes, the roofs, I'll slant them and basically put a collection point so that it feeds its own water, which is the goal. I didn't get a chance to finish off the project today, but I'll be making new feeders for my regular flock. Rather than a traditional pan we're going to put down, we've seen them with a trick with 5-gallon buckets we're going to incorporate, and I'll show you all when we do that. So just kind of an update on what's going on for us. Nothing real technical being shown. I also made a shelf for our entry room. We'll be covering a lot more stuff in the next couple days. My goal tomorrow will be, if I'm still waiting for a carpentry job to pick up, I've got some other tasks I need to do, and I'll include you in some of those tasks. So, Joe at Bumble Acres, don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to click the notification bell. We will hopefully be putting some normal stuff on for you to see. As you can see, I'm really dirty it's actually just from the straw. So thank you all. Y'all have a great and wonderful day. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.